Good morning, Boston, where the ground is bare again. And we had 9 days in a row with snow. That person moving right there. The lights are on in Boston, Christmas lights that is, at 6:02 a.m. 55 degrees in Boston. That's pretty warm, but it's about 20 degrees colder than it is here. Waking up again aboard a vessel floating in the Caribbean. Out the door, up the stairs. Be very quiet. People are working. Everyone's getting ready for a new day on holiday in the kitchen. Go through the kitchen, out the door for weather and more. Yes. Oh, who cares if it's only 75 degrees? It's gorgeous. Actually, it's a little cooler than 75. I'd call it about maybe 73. And the dew point's only about 70. And I think I can make noise facing this way. Believe it or not, we're moored, or actually anchored, in about 50 feet of water right here. But I do have an internet connection today, so we are doing the weather forecast in New England. Here was the radar as I saw it at just before 6 a.m. It's a narrow band of really heavy rain coming across the Connecticut River. And note, not that much rain in Vermont. So that's kind of good, but it is warm. But at least the air is more right side up. The record today in Boston, by the way, is 63 from 2022. And the record on Mount Washington is 42 from 2 years ago, December 30. I'm getting my dates straight again. 2022. And Mount Washington this morning was about 36 degrees, so not quite record warm. Did get to 40 yesterday. And so the warmest day of the month remains December 11th, when it was 41 degrees and there were 2.7 inches of rain so far on Mount Washington so far, 0.1, but the heavy band of rain hasn't come through. But it is colder up in the sky now than down near the ground, so we've gotten rid of the inversion, and what an inversion it was. Could you see your way through the fog yesterday? Well, if you were on the lift in northern Vermont, as Carl and Donna were, as they are every day, they say it was a bluebird above 2,000 feet. What an inversion. What a bowl of fog yesterday as the warm, more humid air came in over the very cold ground and snow cover. I don't know how much snow cover is left. Obviously, it's all gone in Boston. And I think we probably still have at least 3 feet of snow at the top of Mount Mansfield. And today is day 3 in a row with no snow in the forecast. And tomorrow we start a new streak of days in a row with snow. So let's get right to the forecast. I'll show you the Shrewsbury representative for New England 5-day meteogram. Although if you go to weather.us, you can now slide this out to 15 days and look at any model and compare all of them. And I have done that for the most part. And you see that another batch of rain is coming in after New Year's Eve. So today, after the rain, we slowly dry it out. Tomorrow, New Year's Eve day looks pretty nice, and then the rain comes in after midnight, and it looks like a wet start on New Year's Day in southern New England, probably in the 40s. Northern New England, a wintry mix, and then the temperature slides down with mostly dry air outside of the mountains coming in to start off 2025. Let's go to the HRRR and talk about this low pressure system. It's a cutter. It's a strong storm, and there are wind warnings in effect in western New York. Actually, those are just coming down now. And there's the rain pushing out and off to the east. The low pressure tracks to our north, and it's a west wind in southern New England. We dry out for a nice afternoon and tomorrow. And the next storm is right on its heels. It's going to be coming in, it looks like, just after midnight on New Year's Eve. So mostly dry New Year's Eve, and comfortable too. It'll be getting kind of windy, and then that's rain, green, and snow mixed by sunrise on New Year's Day. And it is a New Year's Day storm going right across Narragansett Bay into the Gulf of Maine, where it is going to slow down and stall and drift north and unload a new batch of polar and then Arctic air coming into New England to start off 2025. And that's when it's going to get old-fashioned winter returns at that time. Here, why don't we just go right to the Euro so I can try and get this done and get an upload before the sun even gets up over here next to this tall hill. All these old geologic formations, mostly, I think, ancient volcanoes. Is that right? And there's the Euro. And there's our storm going away. And then we have 1 day off between, and there's blue lines are coming in just cold enough for snow in far northern New England, and especially northern New York and southeastern Canada. With this next storm coming in. And look at this, it's going to go and kind of jog right across Long Island and then Narragansett Bay. So it's not really a cutter, but we call it an inside runner because it's going north of the benchmark, north of the Cape Cod Canal. So it's a warm storm in southern New England, relatively speaking, nowhere near as warm as this one. And it's a fairly fast mover until it gets to the Gulf of Maine. Now you see the blue is snow taking over, and it's an upslope snow storm for the mountains of Vermont, northern New York, and some in New Hampshire and Maine. People have asked me about that. Probably not as much at places like Sugarloaf and Cannon as there'll be, of course, at Mount Mansfield and Lake Placid, and Jay Peak is probably in the zone. It keeps on going. Look at all those black lines, though. Very windy coming in here Thursday and Friday. And then there's another system kind of coming out of the Rockies, and this one's going to move almost due east. Now, I've slowed way down here. If you remember, this is going through next weekend. Last time I made a forecast 48 hours ago, I said there was a 985 low heading into Ontario through Arctic air. I don't think so. And sure enough, it has adjusted south and east, and now looks like it's going to be a powerful low going right across New York City with heavy snow. And then it jogs and misses most of New England out to the south on Tuesday, January 7th? I don't think so. Add up what happened 48 hours ago where it goes into Ontario, and this one having it mostly missed to the south, and you add them up and divide by 2, and you get a decent snowstorm for much of New England. Very cold January 7th and 8th, and then the Arctic air kind of takes over. Can't really make it out, but there's strong high pressure from Western Canada all the way down to the southeastern United States. Now this takes us out to on Wednesday, January 8th, or it could be Thursday the 9th. I forget. I'll write it down with my text here. And you have to go way down to the Gulf of Mexico with snow in South Texas. And the guidance has that storm going across the Gulf of Mexico with snow for the deep south. Now we're talking out around January 10th. And it allegedly is going to miss us off to the east and south coming out in 2 weeks as it's just frigid, bone-chilling midwinter chill in the forecast at that point. And so that is certain to change, and this is now week 12 in a row of coast-to-coast North American snow. And there it is. All the purple areas are a foot of snow, and you can see the storm tracks initially across Canada and then kind of diving from the northern plains to south of New England. I think that will adjust north, and we stop it out at 240 hours, and we close in toward the northeast, and it says, oh, no snow for southern New Hampshire and most of eastern Massachusetts. More snow in Nantucket than Manchester. Sure, that's going to happen, right? And I put the cursor right over Sag Harbor on Long Island, and it shows 14 inches of snow for Long Island and 0 for Portsmouth, New Hampshire. That will change. Low confidence, other than saying it is going to get cold and snowy across most of North America from west coast to the east coast, as record-breaking cold could be in the offing. All right, 8 minutes. I made it here, and this is our floating hotel here, the Alethea out of St. John's, and we're going to go snorkeling, and I'll give you more updates as we go along. Yesterday, we anchored right across this land right over here, and I ran into somebody who recognized my voice, David Wade from television in Boston, his brother, John, and his family at Pirates Bight. So we'll go to Pirates Bight, and then we'll come back around the corner over here, and where we anchored up, and there were some majestic birds up there. They sounded like red tails, but they were way bigger than red tails, and we'll leave you with a foggy time lapse of Weymouth, Massachusetts, where I do believe there will be snow on the ground in 1 week. Remember back 10 days before Christmas, all the guidance said no snow for Boston, and we ended up with snow on the ground a half a foot for more than a week, and something like that's going to happen again. All right, if the internet holds on and I can get a connection and study the weather, I'll give you another upload in 24 hours, but they're going to be spotty this week. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Thinking of our friends from yesterday that have been trying to catch a cruise ship now for 3 days. Hopefully you're on one of those this morning. View from Peter Island to Tortola, just past sunrise on Sunday, December 29th. Losing track of the days here. Not sure of our next stop, but we'll let you know. It's not in a hurry Sunday. Cumulus clouds, 9:15 a.m. departing Peter Island. Look at that heavy-duty barge that was not lit at all last night, but the workboat behind it was plenty lit. 4 knots under sail, going to the caves at Norman's Island. It's Norman Island on a very busy Sunday, and there are some mooring balls available. Look at this. Pardon us, jewel box from Key Largo. We're just gonna come around. And then I wonder if we're gonna make it into the bar. I need to remember the name of the bar at Norman's Island. There we go. There's always traffic and parking issues. We're going for that mooring ball. Take 2. And we get another one coming right over here. Anybody is here. What? The yachts are way out there. This is the Bight at Norman's Island. These neighbors are on their 2nd attempt. Meanwhile, this one right over here has abandoned that one. They're going out for that one. It's even more windy out there, so I don't know. And there goes the first excursion of our excursion. A bunch of the passengers. Hey, Jody. Going around the corner over there to the caves. I went there a couple years ago and I came face to face with a barracuda. It was awesome. I had my GoPro with me then. I don't have it this time, darn. So they just went way off to go snorkeling around the corner. When we get that right there, it's only like 40 feet away. Just about lunchtime here at the Pirates Bight, and these guys are moving. Sunday, the last Sunday of 2024 in the Caribbean. Say your name again?
It's John Wade.
John Wade.
Yeah.
Tim Kelly. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Tim. Miss you on New England Cable News.
Thanks a lot, man. I don't really miss it because I'm here with you right now.
Yeah. Exactly.
The Pirates Bight in the Caribbean. What are the
That's
odds?
right. Look at that.
That's gorgeous. PM on the move. See you later, Moonstruck. On to the next port, which I think is Tortola. Going back to Tortola. Where's Jonathan's boat? He said it was 9 lives. He's out there somewhere. Jonathan Wade from Boston and Beverly. Nice to meet you. The geology, both above and below water here, is fascinating.
Owner of what?
Dyson, vacuum cleaner.
Oh. Thank you. Which one?
One in the distance and then 3 miles.
That boat's 100 years old. By the owner of Dyson. Our favorite vacuum in the world. And there's just your average, beautiful, floating mansion. And another one. And another one. And another one. That one's good to slide. It's almost a tiny bit chilly though right now under the cloud. Alright, we found a cove here on the north side of Norman's Island where I guess we're going to spend the night. There's Tortola. Peter
Another island away over there. All kinds of curious stuff going on. The captain's actually underwater checking the security of the anchor. And the wind is swirling. Some boats are pointing toward the north. That orange boat over there is a solar-powered boat. It's just pointing toward us. In other words, the wind was going the opposite direction. So the wind's kind of getting itself straightened out. I'm not sure what flag they're flying. These are probably scouts from one of those mega yachts. They're all uniformed. Picking up some of the hikers that we just saw way up there on the mountain. Well, way up there. A couple hundred feet around that perch. As the sun goes down on our second night on this catamaran. I forgot the name. Althea. Alright, we got some intel. It's the white ensign flag of the British Royal Navy. We've got royalty abound. One right over there. Alright, sun's gone down over there, but right here we still have sunshine for a little while. Enough for some rum punch. Woo. Happy hour. Thank you, Jordy. Appreciate it. I think this will do it for the end of our Enmore Sunday, which airs on a Monday, and hopefully I get some weather for you this time, and a time lapse from foggy, I don't know, was Weymouth foggy? New England. Wow. It's gonna be a wet, warm end of the year, but then the snow returns. All right, get a copyright. I can't really play this music. There are a couple of really huge birds up there. It'll be very challenging to capture them with an iPhone. We can try. The sun's still shining up there. More on the birds later. Come on down here, birds. Actually hear the birds here. They're screeching. They sound like red tails, don't they? Along with the yacht rock. 3 of them up there. They love this wind. All right, that's it for today. Oops.